Hello, welcome to Threefold Talk, the Aiel Talk Show with the token Wetlander, and that is me, Rob. How are we doing, folks? I hope you're doing well this week. We are going to have a great show. We are doing Ask a Wise One. It's the third time we've done this, and we love doing it, so I'm excited for this show. But enough about me. Let me bring everybody in. Say hello to all the awesome Aiel co-hosts. How are we doing?
Hi.
Wise One Shelly.
Hello.
Melindhra. How are we this week? We've got the
I forgot to put my hair on.
Yeah.
Put my shoofer on. Press
Yes,
my
got the
nails.
shoofer on. So we had a good
I
week.
put my shoofer on, do my nails.
They're working on their parody.
Drinking out of my mug.
Baby, how you doing?
Let me get some floppy water trees.
I'm getting asked, is my
I
door
have no props.
cracked open? Yes, the door back there is slightly cracked open. I'm drying it. I have a t-shirt hanging up there. That's what it is. And it's a Star Trek t-shirt. Yeah, it gets destroyed in the tumble dryer. You don't want to do that. But how is everyone? So we're having fun.
You're going to give us a tour someday of what a Wetlander house looks like, right?
Someday, maybe. I mean, someday I'm just going to be here and that door's going to creep open, and like someone's going to creep through like a grey man and I'm just not going to notice. And it's just going to be there, People are like, what?
We'll see it and tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Look right behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Behind you. It'd be like a Panto situation. So
Definitely looks like somewhere a Myrtle would come from.
For sure.
yeah,
England.
I think so. England.
All Myrtles are from England.
Well, yeah, there we go.
Makes sense. Let's ask
Well,
Half Man
no,
Dan what he thinks.
Well, I meant the corner, but yeah.
Yeah, Half Man Dan.
Oh, the music. I love our background music.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
It's a little
It's
wow.
just sits there, floats along.
It's
So,
so peaceful.
It is. So, how's the week been, folks? Like, tell us in chat. I've got a poll running as well. Who said no? Oh dear. I've got a poll running about the intro, and I was like, "Do you love our intro?" 5% of you say no. There are dark friends in the chat, folks. Tut 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 tut. I know. I'm going to end that poll. But
You're
yeah.
allowed to have different tastes than us. That's the whole point of this foreign exchange live show that we do.
It's foreign exchange live show. I like that. I'm going to use it as a script next time. Okay, so we're doing Ask a Wise One this week. Roof Mistress Leigh-A is on her way. She's experiencing a bubble of evil that she has to deal with first. The Guy Shine have not been maintaining the hold appropriately. And it's led to a few issues, but she will be joining us soon, I promise you. And you know why I know that? That's because she's here right now. Welcome, Roof Mistress Leigh-A.
storytelling.
Ask and you shall receive.
There we go. See, it was perfect timing. To be honest, I could see the little white box appear. It was logging in, and I was just like, "Oh, this is a good time to say something."
You're not supposed to give away your secrets.
Mhm.
It's that Wetlander magic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is true. Okay, shall we crack into the Daily Mail and have some fun? What do
Yeah.
you reckon?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it. Spear brothers and sisters, it is time to cover up your face, for the wheel of time has news, and we shall dance the spears with it. This is the Daily Veil.
I don't know how I've missed this every time, but I just saw the little person holding the spear. I've never seen that before. You have a little
It makes
action
me giggle.
character there.
Yep, it's.
Cutest Aiel ever.
I might have to update that at some point and just throw in like little different things here and there. Like one of the intro pages has like the best place for your stabby stab content or something like that, and there's a little star next to it, and then the bottom of the page it says unless you're a tree killer. I need to start updating some of our videos and just throw in silly things like this.
The chat, we got to keep them on their toes so they can find the Easter egg.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I like this.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Jordan,
idea.
welcome to your first threefold talk show.
Welcome, Jordan.
Yes.
Coming right over, Jordan.
Indeed, yes, you are. There's so many things going to be going on in the show, mate. You're gonna struggle to keep up. At some point, someone's going to mention something, and then I'm going to have to flash something on the screen. As a result, I'm sure we'll have some Mellinthras at some
We're
point.
gonna flash that on the screen.
And Rob,
Yeah.
it's time to say, everyone, like and subscribe.
Yes, please like and subscribe. I recently crossed 800 subscribers. I love the way we're starting Daily Veil. We're talking about how many subscribers I got, but I'm trying to get to 1,000, and then we're going to have a big party. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, folks. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit of news. There was a little bit. We were going to talk about something else, but Rafe decided to do a podcast, and he confirmed something for us, ladies, didn't he? He confirmed that Season 2 will definitely have Avienda. She has been cast. Folks, we will reveal who that is at some point here on Threefold Talk. That's a thing. We've decided it's going to happen, haven't we? We're manifesting that. But yeah, we are getting, because we're going to the Waste in Season 2, and we are getting more Aiel. And this is a typo here, folks. It's meant to say Season 2. Uno's eye patch went and corrected this. More Aiel in Season 2 than people are expecting. And firstly, I want to say Ramen Rattle to Uno's eye patch for summarizing everything that Rafe was saying in that podcast. This was done, was Empire's podcast, wasn't it, if I remember correctly? Am I right there?
Empire.
Yeah. So are we excited about lots of Aiel in Season 2 that the Wetlanders can see? We know there was lots in Season 1, but
Right.
The ones that, now the Wetlanders will be able to see them. What do we think about that?
I don't know if the Wetlanders are ready.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about people like loosening up their shadowiness so that the Wetlanders can find them. I feel that that's a little bit, it's like dumbing it down just so other people can see it.
We're going to have to do that if the Karakarn is going to be accepted into our holds. Like, we're literally going to have to dumb it down for him.
Well, they're either
Yeah.
dumbing it down or they're less skilled than the Aiel in Season 1. And either way, they have toe.
Ooh,
This is
or they got better cameras so that they could capture, because they got that bolt camera for when they filmed Tigraine's fight scene, and they were able to capture all her movements because they got that super fancy camera. So maybe because they're using a camera that can film at such high speeds, they'll actually be able to see the Aiel in action.
Mel, I think you're onto something, because that's probably the only reason they could see her in that scene.
Right.
That makes sense. That's canon now.
Yeah.
I love that. That is very well thought out.
Thank you. I will be giving my dissertation defense next week.
Welcome to the TED Talk from Melindhra. But no, it is exciting. I mean, there was a lot of things from that that whole podcast that came out that was just really encouraging. I have to say. Did anyone have a favorite piece from the podcast? I know not everyone's listened to it. I haven't listened to it. I've just read all the summaries that people have been putting out. But aside from the Aiel factor in season 2, was there anything someone was just like, oh my god, we've had this talked about or that talked about, and they're really excited for?
I really appreciated. I haven't heard the podcast either, but I read and listened to Dusty Wheel last night, and they were talking about how Rafe acknowledged that the death fake out for Nynaeve seemed like she actually died, and they said something that alluded to how they're going to actually kind of fix that in season 2 to clarify it, to make sure that it's clear that she didn't actually die. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad for that, because that has so many implications for the show. If you can revive people from death with the one power, then well,
and also from being burnt out.
Yeah.
This is very true. Very, very true. It was reassuring that they said, oh, sorry, that actually didn't land properly, and we apologize for that, because it was everyone was a bit confused by that scene, and obviously Rafe felt that they got it right. So I like that they've realized and they've listened to us and gone, oh, our bad, we'll fix that. It's good. It shows that they're paying attention and caring what we think, which I like. So.
Did you happen to notice Evan making a request in the chat over there?
I did notice there was a request in chat. I don't know which one to go for though.
I feel like the one he's spelling out for us feels like the right way to start this show.
That one, perhaps.
Why? What did that have to do with anything?
It has to do with you, Shelly. We're just warming you up, Wise One. That's all.
Yes, we are indeed. Yes.
I'm just gonna practice my poker face and stop reacting and take away all the fun.
Okay, Lady Gaga.
People love the reaction.
We'll still do it.
It's a good one. Exactly, we'll still do it. So cool. Well, you can't have too much of a poker face, because, folks, we are going to be doing a small reaction on Threefold Talk tonight, because Wise One Shelly has not seen a certain musical video that was shared on Instagram, and we thought that we said don't watch it, actually wait, and we're going to play it live on the stream, and Shelly can watch it, and we can be like, oh, and then see if she's able to form words afterwards. So yeah, indeed. So but Bain&Chiad, you have a little bit of information for us, don't you?
I do. I have some news.
Yes.
I'm very excited to announce that I will be having a weekly column on thegreatblight.com. And it will probably be starting next week. And it's called Maiden's List.
There we go. This is exciting. If you don't know what thegreatblight.com, folks, it's up here. Thegreatblight.com is it's a Wheel of Time fan community that was set up by Nablus, and it has so much. Here is Maiden's. There's a little segment there already, folks.
Yeah,
Maiden's List.
I have a little column.
So yeah, can you give us any sort of sneak peek about what you might be doing for next? Comes out on Tuesdays, is that correct?
Yes, that's the plan for now. So we'll see. And the first article is almost ready. I'm working on my second one. Most of them will be in list format. I can't tell you much about the first article, but I will say it features some references to memes that we've talked about on the show.
Awesome. Rum and rattle for Bain&Chiad.
Yeah.
Yay.
She totally deserves it. She is prolific on Twitter and just an amazing creator. Just on Twitter, so I can't wait to read your articles every week. I can't keep up with you on Twitter. You're too much.
A lot of the best content that we have here was written by Bain&Chiad, so you guys have a lot to look forward to.
Stop it.
This is definitely a 10 out of 10 stabs, folks. So,
10 out of 10.
Yeah, if we had to rate it, it would be 10 out of 10. So.
Well, I am. Thank you all. That's really nice to hear, and I'm so excited. I love writing, and I don't know why it took me so long to realize, like, why am I so obsessed with writing things on Twitter? Because I like to write. So now I can write like a whole page of stuff, and it's going to be amazing. So
this is true, folks. Actually, Kari is saying in chat she's working for Nameless now. Be afraid. Do we have 2 friends of the dark now? Or 3, technically? Bain&Chiad?
Yeah, I can't tell you.
Somebody at the party.
Yeah, I can't tell you what the onboarding process was like.
I love.
I feel like there were masks involved.
Let's just say it was very similar to a certain scene from The Great Hunt that we all hope will be the prologue of season 2.
Nice. Okay. So if anybody else wants to become a writer on thegreatblight.com, then
get a mask, and a dark robe,
and see if you can spot.
You must look like you're wearing a dark hooded robe right now.
Actually, it's my Wheel of Time sweatshirt, my Wheel of Time hoodie.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you can see it.
Yes, very cool. I'm jealous of that, to be honest. I like those ones. So it's Dark Friend Social we're getting in chat. It's a good way to describe what you go through, folks. But
yes.
This is exciting stuff. We will. I can't wait to see what it is. But we had a question. Now, will there be? Where is it? I've missed it now. Let me go back a bit. Chief Foldy Silvertooth is asking, will there be some butt rot references? And I think now that it's been mentioned, I feel like I have to put it on screen.
Oh, yeah.
Not in the first article, but I will say there is opportunity to mention it in my second article. So keep your eyes peeled. It might be very subtle, but I'll see what I can do. Nice.
I like that. Okay. Well, I have an announcement too, folks. We're just throwing them out here now. 1 second, let me make sure I get the right page to bring up. Okay, so folks, last week we made a small announcement, which was where's it gone? Which was this. I love that.
I don't feel cool enough to go to that con.
I know.
You are definitely cool enough.
It's about as intimidating as the Daily Veil.
Well, no, the Daily Veil's a special case, but there's, that's got the cute little guy with the spears, so it's
okay.
Well, I launched that last week specifically, and I'm so grateful and overwhelmed that we raised our initial goal like within 24 hours, which was absolutely crazy. So it's definitely happening now. So thank you to everyone who decided to join and become a founder, because that's insane and amazing. And we set our sights a little higher. And the committee and we sat down and had a chat, and we were like, well, maybe now we could do this or do that. So I don't want to say anything out loud because I don't want to give away any secrets or raise hopes too much, but we set our sights a little higher on what we could do at MalkierCon this year, and so we increased the targets. If we don't make it, we're still going to have a great time. That's not an issue, but if you want to know what is going on at MalkierCon, how do you get there, tickets, all that sort of stuff, I didn't get to do it last week, but I went and we've actually got the website up. So you can actually go to malkiertalks.com. That's me right there.
Show us
that's
the
Maverick.
puppy.
Maverick.
That is
Look
Maverick,
at that
yeah.
tiny little
That is
dog.
amazing.
But right at the top, folks, you have a MalkierCon section. So you can go and check it out and all the information, where it is, the Holiday Inn in Manchester. And there is, sorry, I have to look at the other side, a whole range of FAQs there. So you can go and find out what's in the go. These will be updated as we get information. So if you're curious what's happening, you can go to malkiertalks.com and check it out. And of course, all the other stuff's there.
Can you read that first one? How can I register for Malkier?
Yeah, sure.
I think that's what we're all interested in right now.
Oh, that goes to the actual FAQs. Come on, look. There we go. So registration for MalkierCon actually opens by early March. That's the latest. If I can get it sooner, I will. Although all the founders will get early access to tickets to register if they want to. But some people were just like, I can't come, but I want to donate and be a founder, which was amazing. And I will be announcing that on the social media accounts. So if you're not following MalkierCon on Twitter, just go and search at MalkierCon and you can follow on Twitter and you'll get the announcements there as well. But yeah, so this is exciting. I've got a website up, folks. I never thought I'd do that. I didn't think that would be a thing. So very, very cool.
The people are asking if the dog is going to be going to MalkierCon.
Ah, right. So it's not a dog-friendly hotel. So
is there a dog-friendly pub that
is there a street
to go to?
So the con is on the Saturday and the Sunday, but there's going to be like an unofficial meetup on the Friday because the con's going to start like 9:30 Saturday morning. So we're assuming people, if they're traveling any reasonable distance, will probably come on the Friday. So we're doing an unofficial sort of like pre-con get together type thing, and we will go to a dog friendly place, and so I will encourage my roommate to bring Maverick so everyone can just spoil him with cuddles and belly rubs and all that sort of cute stuff that dogs love. So, yeah, we're gonna get him a little MalkierCon like t-shirt or bandana or something.
Oh my god!
Yeah, we'll have him wearing that.
Stop! So. You're murdering me.
I love it.
Kari asking who designed the website. I made it personally, so if there's something wrong with it, please let me know, because
is that a good who designed it or a bad who designed it?
I don't know if that's a good. Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah. Wait.
Who designed that?
You know what? The reason there are so many bubbles of evil is because we do all our own tech, and by we I mean Rob. So
yes.
do all the tech. You don't want to know. So I'm working once again this year. This is just something that's I'm throwing out. So once again, if you're not aware of the Twitter of Time Awards from last year, folks, you need to go and check out the Wheel Reads YouTube channel. Alan put together an award show, Oscar style, for Twitter of Time, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, did everybody watch last year?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, Shelley? Oh, you missed out.
I wasn't on Twitter last year.
This is a good point, actually. Yes, on Twitter, but so I'll send you the link. It was so much fun. I did all the backstage work, which was a lot. There was so much to put together. It was crazy. I've learned a lot since last year. So this year I'm making it even more complicated for myself, but a far better experience for all of you. So I've been testing.
Rob, if you had a tagline, it would be, I'm making it more complicated for myself.
Yeah. But the end result.
Please somebody make that meme that he can use.
Yeah, the end result will be amazing. I've done some dry test runs myself. I'm getting together a group of folks to help me test it as much as possible and see if we can break the system, so I can try and find any potential bugs now before we do the show.
Rob, you're speaking my language with all these beta tests. Ooh, I love it.
Just have about the four of us try to do anything with it. And we'll find a way to break it.
We are good at breaking stuff. Really good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stopping and breaking.
We want to be your test subjects.
Thank you, Jordan. I appreciate that. Okay, so we have, before we get into Ask a Wise One.
Can I ask one more question?
Of course.
Related to your website, sorry.
Of course.
You had alluded when your website got updated that there would also, and I'm going to put you on the spot like you do with us, but reverse. There would also be merch access.
Oh, that's coming. That's coming.
So,
I need to, yeah.
What's the status?
That's in works. That I want to launch the merch because I'm going to set up to sell tickets through the website. You need to set up like the sale function in there. So I'm going to do the merch at the same time. So there will be merch on the website by the end of the month. You know, for me, for Threefold Talk, and for Malkier, it'll be crazy. There'll be like 3 shops, I suppose.
Wear your t-shirts to Jordan Con. We'll sign them.
Yes. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Would you like to get your t-shirt signed by Wise One
can't
Shelly?
I want to get my t-shirt signed by Wise One Shelly.
Yeah, I do too.
I know.
Can people sign up to get their t-shirt stabbed?
Oh.
We could stab your t-shirt as well.
I feel like we could do a whole bunch of donations. Oh, maybe we tie this to the
Stabs for charity.
Maybe we tie this to the Kate and
It's
Michael.
really
charity.
awkward.
Yes.
Ooh, lots of thoughts.
Indeed. Okay. So before we get into, say, the Ask the Wise One, folks, we have a fun little reaction for you to do. So let me make sure I've got the correct screen. Yes, I do.
I'm so
Okay,
nervous.
everybody, take a deep breath. Because you're going to
There might be people in chat who haven't seen this yet either.
Yes.
So
do a little stretching because you're going to need to relax a little bit on this one.
Yeah. Folks, I'm not going to play, but I'm going to put it on screen and you can see what it is. So this, folks, was shared on, was this on Daniel Henney's Instagram account?
No, I don't think so.
Where was this? This appeared somewhere.
I saw it on Twitter. I don't know where it originally appeared.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Chad, help us out if you know where it originated.
Yeah, if you know where it originated, then I feel like this came from Insta originally. But anyway, if you do not recognize that person on screen,
shame on you.
Yes, you have toe. Because that is clearly a younger Daniel Henney. And apparently Daniel Henney can play the guitar, which is not something I knew. But we are about to be serenaded by Daniel Henney and hopefully not get shut down by YouTube. I'm sure we won't. It's not very long, and it's
so excited.
Who's seen this? Now I've seen this.
I've seen like half of it, and I had to stop because I couldn't breathe.
I did just the beginning of it until he started singing, and I was like, "Oh my god, I can't."
Okay.
Yeah, I also did not make it through the entire thing.
Okay, so I've watched the entire thing, and now I don't know if this
Mel's
is
already
like
turning bright red. That her face is already bright red.
Yeah, it's good, folks. It's really good.
All right. Well, people are saying like this is absolute gold. So yeah, apparently this is great. I don't know if this is some kind of show. I'm not sure what type of show. It's obviously in Korea. But yeah, Shelly, are you ready for this?
I'm not.
I don't have any tissues.
Now, oh wait, let me just. Can you hear this if I press play?
Oh,
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. I just suddenly realized when I set up the share screen, I'm not sure if I hit share sound. So, okay. Here we go, folks. Pay attention to the maidens whilst you are serenaded by Daniel Henney. Here we go.
어제 이거 이 노래? 노래도 같이 해주세요.
I wish I was special,
Yeah.
but I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing? I don't belong here. I don't belong
So how are we feeling?
I need a moment
Yeah.
alone.
It doesn't help that that's one of my favorite songs. And I think I need private time with Daniel Henney and him just singing that to me.
Get in line.
We were.
Can I just be outside the door while he's singing to you?
I mean, you know what? You can come in. We're close.
Okay. We're near sisters. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, we're near sisters, and we're close. It's good. Whew. Guys, it's really hot in here. Why?
It is hot.
Yeah,
Chat,
Mel's
if
face
you-
is still really red.
Yeah. That also is generally my natural state, so don't read too much
Redder
into
than
that.
normal.
But yes.
Although
Here.
I am disappointed because when I saw Daniel Henney Creep, I thought it would be TLC, not Radiohead.
I remember you asked me, and I didn't want to spoil it when you asked me. I was just like, "No, I know which one it is, but I don't
I,
want
have
to
to
tell
say, I don't
you."
usually love Radiohead. That is the most I've ever liked Radiohead.
He looks so
Yeah.
young as well, doesn't he? Let me.
He's
Here we
such
go.
a precious little
He
mini
is.
neckline.
Just look at that face.
So
I
young.
can't. Oh my gosh,
so
I already looked up.
There's like a wink somewhere in there that just like broke my face.
Is there a wink in there? Let's-
Somewhere.
Yeah, he was being charming and he knew it.
I did get a little distracted by the other hosts' reactions.
Yeah,
Like
screw
we're
it,
getting
let's
up
just-
there, struggling along, like it's very awesome.
There we go. You can talk over it.
Yeah, I'm
We're
with
looking
you,
for this
Leigh-A.
wink.
I wish they didn't cut to the other people so much. Why couldn't they just leave the camera on Laniel?
Oh my God.
Daniel, Penny,
If you could just
you're
put-
watching this, can you just do this song again on Instagram without
Rob?
the other people?
Go back.
Go back. Okay.
Go back. A little bit more. A little bit more before he starts singing. There's a part where he looks up and licks his lips, and I just want to put
Yeah.
that on a loop for the rest of my life.
You mean?
Do you want me to make a gif of it for you, Shelly?
Please.
Oh,
That man.
oh. Okay, now it's getting really hot in here. It's getting hot in here.
Whew.
Daniel,
All right.
Henry, you are special. You are very, very special, my friend.
I love the way he was smiling in between bits. I mean, that's got to be a fun feeling for him there, isn't it?
Sorry, chat. I haven't even been looking at what you guys have been
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Matt Coffin.
I think chat are
Sorry.
just, enjoying.
I'm too distracted
Yeah.
by literally what's right on the screen.
Those goddamn cheekbones, man.
I do agree with Eben. I do think Laniel is hotter now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh wait!
You're
did you
just,
just-
like, honestly, I think
look at
some-
that smile.
there-
Hi, welcome to Threefold
Remember
Talk,
their
where we
young
just stare at a
20s?
dude and objectify him.
Yes.
Hey, that's a man who is proud of his beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Melindhra, too flustered to Melindhra, too flustered to make Melindras right now.
It happens.
It's true. It's
There we
true.
go.
But I do like his more chiseled look now that he's.
At least now we have more proof he's good with his hands.
But
I'm just saying, my mouth is full and there's nothing else that can come out of it.
wow.
Wow.
So anyways, you go with that one.
Should we give people life advice about serious?
And on to
So,
Ask a Wise One.
Ladies, take a moment, compose yourselves, and folks, while the wise ones do that, while the maidens do that, let me remind you that I am back in a couple of days. I'm being joined by Master of the Deck and Bree who is an awesome romance writer. If you're not sure who Brie is, you need to go tracking down across Twitter. She does a lot of awesome romance writing. They are joining me this Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern, where we will be spinning the Wheel of Love. Yes, folks, we started doing this last Valentine's Day, Master Deck and I. And yeah, we've done it a few times since, and we're going to carry on doing it. So do come and join us. We might be doing show characters. We might do book characters. We might do a mix. But yeah, we're going to have some fun of putting people together randomly from the Wheel of Time and giving them some kind of relationship, romance, bit of fun, who knows, whatever we feel is appropriate. And then obviously coming up with a ship name for it. So do come and join us for that. But if you're composed, ladies, it's now time for Ask a Wise One. So if you're not sure what Ask a Wise One is, folks, Ask a Wise One is where you send us your real life situations, your real world questions, and we give you actual advice from our wise ones and our maidens about how to deal with those situations. And this is the third time we've done it, and we love doing this, don't we? I think, was this the first show we did, was Ask a Wise One? Was it on the very first
on Aiel game night?
Mm-hmm. There we go. So it's a beautiful segment. We've had some incredible questions. We've had some hilarious questions, and we really adore doing this. So, first question for you, ladies. I just went through a breakup and don't have a date for Valentine's Day. And that's a Wetlander thing that happens next week when you get together with the person that you're, you got a thing for, whether you're dating, you've made a bridal wreath or whatever, just so you know what Valentine's Day is, folks. But they're asking, how do I make it less depressing? Because they don't have someone.
I think before we start, we were going to say, chat, feel free to put your advice in as well. And comment on our advice and add to it. We're also going to say, feel free to comment on the video below if you're watching this later. Mm-hmm. Let us know what you think of the advice. Maidens, do either of you want to jump in to start on this one?
It's called Ask a Wise One.
I know, but I like to ask everyone else too.
Bain&Chiad, the Wise One is giving you permission to go first.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You don't have to.
No, I got nothing on this one.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. So I had to do a little research into what this Wetlander tradition of Valentine's Day is. And I think a couple things you could do is, one, realize it is a very constructed holiday. It's not a holiday that has a lot of, history and meaning behind it beside what it's given. So I think that recognizing where it comes from and not giving it as much power is probably a good place to start with Valentine's Day. I think the second thing is also recognizing that Valentine's Day only celebrates one type of love. And among the Aiel, we recognize there are many types of love, and we fully embrace all of them: your sister wives, your first sisters, your friends, your battle companions. So maybe there's a person named Leslie Nope. She's a Wetlander with much G, and she hosts something called Galentine's Day that I found. And I think a Galentine's Day is a really great alternative as well. Just get together with some of your friends, your girlfriends. I guess if you're a guy, you could do Palentine's Day. So just get together with your friends and, celebrate that kind of like agape philios love, and instead of the eros. I think the third thing that I always like is, on days like this, I like to do acts of service. So love for community. So maybe consider, doing a writing to prisoners thing, like find people who are lonely at this time of year and reach out to them and do some charity. So writing to prisoners, writing to people in long-term care homes, elderly homes, visiting, volunteer work. I find that sometimes that helps when you're going through a breakup to get out of your space and feel connected and rooted in the community. And the fourth thing would be celebrate February 15th, which is Half Price Chocolate Day.
Yes.
So wise.
I love that. They are throwing in lots in chat. So we had before, where was it? No, I've scrolled back to seeing comments about Melindhra's.
I see some treat yourself. Yep, treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Yes. Treat
Here it is.
yourself.
Nerdy Gun says a steam tent and some usquai.
Yep.
Evan Hotwell says, I'm single for a decade. Go buy yourself treats and be happy. You're not spending your money on someone else.
Yep.
Yep. It's a lot of money.
Buy yourself jewelry you don't have to pretend to like.
Yes. There we go. What else we got? Yeah, Galentine's Day. They love that. So yeah, that was very much treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Brother Dan is tossing kisses like frisbees at a dog park. Oh, love you, Brother Dan. So good.
Because Brother Dan is amazing.
Yes. And Matt Stagger, I was thinking Galentine Day, gallons of wine to spirit.
That too. That's too.
That's how I do it.
That's pretty
how I
accurate.
roll.
Nice. Okay. So, folks, if you're watching back later, please put your comments below what you would like to offer this person. But whoever you are out there, because we do this anonymously, we hopefully that helped. Maidens, do you have anything you want to add on top of what Wise One Shelly said?
I really liked what Wise One Shelly said about not letting it have power over you. You know, I mean, we all choose how we approach our lives, and we can all control like how we react to something. So if we decide that something is not going to be an event that brings us down and instead is an event that brings us joy or brings us strength, then it will be that. So it's all about how you approach it. So if you can just let go of all of those Wetlander society customs that are trying to force you in one direction, and just appreciate the life that you have and appreciate the lessons that you learned from that relationship that doesn't exist anymore, then you'll be able to have the freedom to celebrate a day just as a normal day or as a special day with a different tradition.
I like it. I like it a lot. I especially like the celebrate February 15th for Half Price Chocolate Day. That was that was that made my heart sing in emotional ways, but probably not in healthy ways.
Emotional ways that can be healthy ways.
Yep.
This is true. Yes. That is very, very true.
Don't discount those.
Okay. Our second question. This is apt after what I just said about the not being healthy, eating lots of chocolate. This one is cut it out, Mom. That's what I'll tell you this one. I have a family dinner coming up, and my mom always makes concerned comments about my weight. Actually, she does this for me and all my sisters. I've tried jokes and asking her to not talk about it before. How can I get this to stop?
I'm sure everybody in the room reading that just went, because we've all experienced that.
Yeah.
So if there are two gifts I could give adults who have mothers like this, the first would be, I want you to remember you're not nailed to your chair anymore. Or hopefully you were never nailed to your chair, but you're never stuck. And that will hopefully become clear in a little bit. You never have to stay in one place. And second, a lot of times what happens is when when people say things to us that are hurtful, we don't always speak up because we're worried about things being awkward. And another delightful thing is when someone hurts you, it is their problem if there's awkwardness about it, not yours. So I asked Leigh-A if she would be willing to role play with me as a mother who's concerned about my weight. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a boundary. I'm not going to engage, and then I'm going to give a consequence. And so that's kind of how these conversations, and I've had to learn to navigate these myself with some of my family. So knock, knock. Hi, Mom. I'm here for dinner. How are you?
I'm good. That's an interesting outfit. A very bold choice. I wouldn't have picked that.
Mom, I'm really not here to talk about my looks. I'm just here for dinner. Is that okay?
Oh, of course. I mean, of course you're here for dinner. So please come in. I just hope nobody else noticed your outfit and how it fits.
Mom, if you keep talking about my outfit after I've asked you not to, I'm going to leave. So please don't talk about my outfit anymore.
I wasn't talking about your outfit. I was just talking about you coming in and talking to people. But okay, yeah, come on in.
Okay, thanks, Mom. Mom, this dinner's really great. Thank you so much. I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I noticed you had like 2 second helpings. Are you sure
Okay.
you want to do that?
So, Mom, I've asked you not to talk about the way I look, and I told you if you talk about the way I look, I'm going to leave. So I'm going to leave now. And I'm hoping next time we hang out, I don't have to deal with this, but it hurts. So I'm going to go. Thank you very much for dinner, and we'll talk later.
I was finishing off the role play there by like, Shelly left.
Oh, there was like catty things I was going to say afterwards, but it's not part of the role play.
Sorry.
First one.
Just trust me, I'm familiar with this situation.
But yeah, like I think it sounds awkward, and that's why I like the role play, because you practice. And look, it was awkward, but neither of us died. Like, it felt a little awkward, but we got through it. You take a deep breath. And whatever I do now is, I have an escape route. So if I'm going with a partner, I tell my partner in advance, most of us know what buttons our parents are going to push. So I tell my partner in advance, if this happens, I would like to leave. And I expect their support. And sometimes, you're like, oh, I have to take a bus, or there's all these other things. Plan, keep some cab money on hand, plan your bus route out, or just go to another room and shut the door. So you have many ways to escape those situations. But like I said, when you set a boundary and someone violates that boundary and then makes it awkward, you do not have to worry about them feeling awkward. That is not your responsibility. Their responsibility is to respect your boundary. Mm-hmm. Maidens, roof mistress, Malkier, anything else to add?
At what point can you just stab them?
I think Evan was saying that if it doesn't work, wash the spears.
Yeah. I think if you leave and you come back and they still haven't gotten the point, that's when stabbing is fair.
Okay.
Repetitive behaviors do deserve stabbing. So don't do it right away.
Okay. So
wait a little bit. So
my instinct to just like pull this out throughout that whole conversation was potentially a little premature. Is that what you're saying?
Just a slight bit. Just slightly premature, but not entirely unjustified.
Okay. I'll just shoot.
And honestly, a lot of the time, especially when you're happy with how you look, there is that desire to just like stab and lash out, but you have to create an environment that's beneficial for you. So following everything that Wise One Shelly outlined is, I'm sorry, Melindhra, the best way to do it. Stabbing your mother is not always advisable, but
sometimes advisable. I heard not always, but sometimes.
Not always.
Okay.
In certain circumstances.
Good. As long as there's still room for stabbing in this whole conversation, I'm okay.
I'll leave brother there. He's okay. Like, this is clearly what Mel said when the cops turned up. Sorry, officer, she had toe.
Yeah. If I were still speaking,
that doesn't work.
That is what I would have said.
This is why it's asking why
while you're in the wetlands. Like
exactly.
I would understand.
Thank you, Gorilla of Time. Exactly.
Yeah, I think and I think the other thing that's important in that conversation is not engaging. I think a lot of times when people comment on our bodies, we want to argue back. Oh, I'm healthy, or I'm this, or I'm that, or I'm not. Like, arguing doesn't get you anywhere. And that's why I kind of said don't engage with it, because that just gives them fuel. Just set your boundary. And when they'll be like, oh, but I'm worried about your health, I still don't want to talk about my body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have experienced this. I'm sure a lot of people have experienced this. And it usually, 99 times out of 100, I would presume, I know in my case it does, come from a place of care and, just concern. But it sucks. It's a horrible thing to go through.
You hope it does, but sometimes it doesn't. You have to reach into your own depths, but also you have to own your own confidence. Mm-hmm. So in Rob, I'm the same way. Like I have the same situation that this person's talking about. And that one voice is the only small voice in my head that ever makes me feel bad about how I look. And whenever that voice comes up, I have to just Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. That's not what I believe. I'm confident. I'm happy with who I am. I'm happy I've made choices in my life, and this is the reason I'm doing it. This is the reason I'm not exercising because I don't want to. This is the reason I'm not eating well because I don't want to. Whatever it is, own it and move forward with your life.
Yeah.
And know that that person doesn't have power over you.
And I think it's important to call out the fat phobia in that too, right? Because we all have lots of unhealthy behavior. Sometimes we drink too much. I sit for 8 hours a day. Like all the science is saying that is a hugely unhealthy behavior. There's a fat phobia that comes from comments about weight that isn't necessarily associated with other things. So I think that there is a very good reason to push back against that and let people know that that's not appropriate. We all have family doctors. We talk to them about our health. It's no one else's business unless I decide to let it be your business.
Melindhra, are you talking to me? Let me take a drink before I make this next comment. One of my favorite is there's multiple YouTube and Instagram accounts, but it's these overweight people doing yoga and ballet, all these incredible things. And just the fact that they're out there doing these, search those out if you've got issues with I'm overweight or I'm not what society thinks I should be, because there are people out there accomplishing amazing things despite what society thinks about their body. And you can do that too. Everyone can do that.
Yeah. And I think the other thing I want to acknowledge in the chat is that some people experience these comments very differently and, you know, see them as part of a caring relationship with their parents. And that's 100% valid too. I think this advice is only for people for whom those comments have hurt. And they come and they hurt and they aren't able to deal with them. So I don't want you to think that your experiences with parents aren't valid. I get it. My family and I bicker a lot. We don't actually know how to say we love each other. We just say you don't look terrible today. So totally get it. I get where all that's coming from. We call it the Scottish compliment.
Scottish. What? Oh wow, that is accurate. That is an accurate way to describe a Scottish compliment.
It's you did something good. It's like that. I actually, with my staff, I had to explain it to them because one of them came up with a suggestion, and I was like, that is not the worst idea I've ever heard. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Do you need me to go back to that? And I was like, wait. Sorry, I have to explain. I'm from a WASP family. We don't say nice things.
Oh, bless you, Shelley. Okay. Oh, Bain&Chiad. Oh my God. Oh, okay. That's why Bain&Chiad.
You're still muted, my friend.
Yeah.
I think it stopped, but I'm not quite sure. It might come back. It really sounded like he was in the room with me. It was so loud.
That is loud.
I think another thing to acknowledge, just to take off my maiden hat for a hot moment, is that the people that we know, our family, know us best, and they also know how to push our buttons the best. And we have this long history with our family of them continually pushing those buttons. But if you take a step back and you acknowledge that the buttons that they're pushing is something that they're gonna push and they're gonna try to trigger you, you take ownership of that idiosyncrasy in your relationship. And if you can say to yourself, I know that this button is going to be pushed, and I've decided that today it's not going to bother me. You take ownership of how you react, because all of that is on, the way, whether you let something hurt you is all on, is on your side. You can control whether people are going to say things that harm you. And sometimes they're going to be shocking, and you're not going to be able to prevent that emotional reaction. But if you know that it's coming, you're just going to be like, yeah, you're going to say that thing again. And this time I'm in charge, and I'm not going to let that control me.
That's your emotions versus your feelings. So you're One is your initial reaction, and the other is how you choose to react to that initial reaction.
Indeed. Okay. Remember, folks, to put your comments if you're watching this back and you're not here live. Firstly, you should come and join us live, folks, because we do this every week. Come be a Foldy live in chat. It's so much fun. I do throw up polls. I haven't really thrown up any polls, have I? I did one at the beginning, and that's it. I should put. I know what I'll put. I'll put a poll in a minute. Yeah, come and join us live, folks. But if you can't, that's fine. We totally understand. Not everybody can make it live to the party. But in your case, you're lucky. We record the party, and you can enjoy it back later. So pop your comments down below. And, if we get somewhere like, oh my God, this was an amazing piece of advice, we will bring it back up and share it on the next Ask a Wise One segment, because we do this every now and again, and we will continue to do it because we love it. The next question, again, folks, we do serious questions and fun questions. This is quite a serious question. So next up we have, when dealing with a death in the family, how do I not focus so much on the negative aspects of pain that person caused me, or caused you? So quite a serious question now.
Mm-hmm. I put some notes down because, I've dealt with this too. And I think the best advice I can give is all your feelings are valid. And so when someone dies who is difficult, you're going to feel a lot of things. So you're going to feel a lot of things that sometimes people are ashamed to name. So you're going to feel sadness, you're going to feel grief, but you may also feel relief, and you may feel anger, and you may feel confused. And I think the most important thing is that every single one of those emotions is valid. And you don't have to feel guilty or ashamed of any of those emotions, because we're not a society that's very good about death. And so we sometimes have trouble, realizing that it's a very complicated thing, that, we see it as a thing that's entirely to be mourned, and not necessarily as something that can be approached with curiosity and compassion. So I think that's my biggest piece of advice, is let yourself feel all the things that you're feeling. Maybe journal and write them down, name them, just so you can say, like, these are the things I'm feeling and they're all okay. I think another thing that sometimes helps me in dealing with death, and when I help other people through death, is ceremony. Like I said, we're not a society that really knows how to deal with death. And so I often tell people to look into their historical traditions, if you have a religious tradition, if you have a family tradition, and find comfort in ceremony, because what it does is it gives you a structured way to grieve. And so, for example, my 3 best friends in the world are Jewish, and I've been through several deaths with their families. You sit Shiva for a week, and then you say prayers for a month, and then a year later you say a grieving prayer. And it's a very structured way to grieve, and it gives you a way to be sad. Same as, in the Christian tradition, there are prayers for the dead. In pagan traditions, there's smudging and herbs and candles and stuff you can burn. So if you are someone who is inclined spiritually, I find that those very much help, because they give you a structured way to grieve. And I think it's okay to make up your own rituals. When my grandma died, I got really sad. I went to her grave and I got piss-ass drunk, because it was just something I needed to do to be able to get it out and mourn all those things. So I think finding your own rituals to structure your grief may be helpful in this situation, because when you're feeling all these complicated things, it's hard to know what the right way to grieve is. And I think the other thing I would say is, if you can afford therapy, it is helpful in these situations. If you can't, there are a lot of free groups for grief and death that are often community oriented. I'm pretty sure I've seen them in both America and Canada. I'm not sure where the person was from, but I know that there are free community groups helping deal with grief. And I know in those groups, you'll find a lot of people who had complicated deaths. So you'll often see this in people who had death of someone who was sick for a long time, and they feel very guilty when they feel relief at the end of that sickness. But that is a valid thing. And I would say the other thing is, always, you can feel these things, and it's just a matter of where you point them, right? So if your parent dies from after a long illness, you wouldn't go to the other parent with that grief about, and the fact that you're feeling relief. That's what you have friends and other people for. So all those things are valid to feel. My caveat would just be, make sure where you point those feelings and that support is kind of, we call it the circle of kvetching. It's out. So never towards the person who's the most hurt, but towards the people who are less hurt. And those are your support, and you support in. And that's what community support kind of looks like. So that's all the thoughts I have. Bain&Chiad, Mel, anybody else have any thoughts? Leigh-A?
Yeah, I recently went through this very similar thing. There was a person in my life who passed away during the pandemic, actually, and lived far away from me. So, but my relationship with them was very complicated, and they were, not a positive part of my life, but they were a part of my family. And yeah, I felt all of those things. I felt sad for the people that loved him in the end, and I felt relief to not kind of feel this feeling of kind of almost constant presence, like living in the back of my mind, this person who caused so much trauma in my life. And I felt almost that relief was exacerbated in that I didn't have to deal with the complications of that person's existence continuing to be a part of the things I have to navigate in my life. And all of those things I felt all at once, right? All of those things were piled on top of each other and compounded by the fact that I couldn't actually physically go to the funeral because of the pandemic and get that kind of physical closure. And, in the end, I spoke to the people who I knew would understand and would and knew me when we had that very complicated immediate relationship, and just found a peace in all of those complicated feelings piling on top of each other, and acknowledged that they existed and let them be where they were. And I kind of met myself where I was as I stepped through that process. And eventually it just came out the other end with a sense of peace and closure, and finding my way through the forest. So all of those things are possible, and some of those things are not, and you might feel different things. And just like what Shelly said, there's no one way to grieve, and that's why it's so complicated and awkward. So just let yourself be who you are in that moment and feel no shame for the things that you are feeling.
We're getting a lot in chat, but Bain&Chiad, Ruth Mistress Slayer, if you want to say anything.
I was just going to say I don't have direct experience with such complicated feelings towards someone who passed away, but I can speak to grief itself. I think one thing to remember when you're in grief, especially early grief, you can feel like it's going to last forever and that you're always going to feel this way. And that, with any feeling, but especially with grief, I think it can just feel like impossible to ever get through. And one thing that helped me when I was dealing with this was people who told me that it would get better. I think people I trusted, and that they weren't just saying it like, oh, you'll get over it. They were saying like, you can handle this. It's going to change. Like I know you feel horrible now. I know you feel like you're going to die, but that it will get better. And to just trust that process of grief, read things about grief, little things just stick with you. Like I read this little book where it said, Sundays and holidays are the worst days when you're grieving. And it was kind of true, at least for me. So I just think the more you can get support from others, and then also the times when you're alone, just keep reminding yourself it hurts now, but it's not always going to hurt this bad.
And the last thing I'll add is don't hold back. I was in the military for 10 years, and so IRL, Leigh-A. was in the military for 10 years, and there were some people who were very awful to me, but they died. And in my head, it was just like, because I knew they were truly awful people, there was a part of me that said, thank God they're not around to bully XYZ amount of demographics anymore. And I kept that hidden and pushed down and never talked about it. And there were certain days, Memorial Day being one of them, my graduation day of the academy, a lot of those experiences, all of those would just dredge up awful memories that would send me into a toxic spiral. Don't hold back. I'm in therapy now, like working through a lot of it. But all the advice that Wise One Shelly has given you is stuff that you should do in this moment. Don't wait 10, 15 years till it becomes this toxic spiral and is just detrimental to your mental health, because it will become detrimental to your mental health. You do actually have to deal with it now in whatever way is healthy for you.
I love it. We're getting a lot in chats. So Beth said, go and talk to a counselor, someone who can be objective. Might be a good way to help you work through your emotions. Matt Stagger shared that they talked about their emotions in grief with their wife, and that really helped them feel not so guilty for some of those emotions. And talking about the rituals that Shelley was going about, Glenn said that, even if you're atheist or agnostic, you can make up rituals of your own that help. In my family, when my grandfather passed, one of the things that really helped us, and we were doing this at his, the wake after his funeral, we used to sit, we still do it now, so that's why I said we used to, but we would sit there and we would describe all the things he used to do that was when he would get pissed off with us. And it would be things like we'd be playing cards, and my grandmother was prolific for getting distracted whilst playing cards. There's 12 of them around the table. It's the party at my grandparents' house. That was the house. Everyone in their family has it. Oh, you always go to that person's house for a party. My grandparents was it, and they play cards late into the night. And my grandmother would be on her third or fourth bottle of wine by that stage. She doesn't drink like that anymore, thank God. But she'd get distracted and talking to my grandfather, go play the cards, woman, play the cards, woman, And our entire thing about it was to sit there and, our sort of ritual of remembering Granddad is to sit there and describe all the times he did really stupid things like electrocute himself in the ceiling, or just get really upset with us because we weren't doing what he wanted us to do. And that was kind of our thing for reminding him. So that's a good one from Glenn. Eben saying, if you're being buried, you can write a letter. You write everything down. Writing helps a lot of people. So,
ooh, that's a really good one.
Yeah.
They make this paper. I can't tell you where to get it because it was given to me by a friend, but you could probably Google it. They make this paper specifically for this purpose that you can write something on and then burn it, and it will make embers that kind of go up into the sky. So that could be a good option for ritual. And if you don't have the paper, just write something and then burn it.
Yeah. There we go.
Don't release balloons. We're not polluting the environment.
Yes. Please
No
don't
balloons.
do that.
No
balloons. Okay. Mel, do you want to add this little bit here at the end?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt anyone. But
That's okay.
yeah, I think we have this kind of instinctive need to idolize someone who's passed away. You can't say something bad about them. You can't acknowledge their complicated relationship with you or history because they're gone. And I feel like that's it's a little gaslighty, right? Yeah. It's a little bit of a disservice to the realities of the existence of that person. And sometimes it's okay to just be fine or be relieved or feel nothing that they're no longer around.
Well, and not just
all of that is okay.
Not just that person, your relationship with that person.
Yeah.
So, because relationships are individual, other people might be sad that person's gone. It's okay that they're sad, but that doesn't diminish the fact that you have whatever emotions you have.
Yeah.
And your emotions are 100% valid. 100% valid.
That was put in chat quite a few times, which I loved. So, okay. Folks, if you're watching afterwards and you want to add something to what we've put here or what people have put in live chat, then feel free to put that below. Next up, we have an arrangement situation. So I have a friend who, for several years now, I have been his, quote, fake girlfriend at work events, family weddings, and we go on vacations together. He doesn't want to date anyone for several reasons, and I like meeting people and getting free meals out of this arrangement. My friends and family have various concerns. That it's weird, that he is taking advantage of me, that I am taking advantage of him, and so on. Should I be worried about this arrangement? I almost feel like I'm not trying to lessen the question here, but I almost feel like I described a movie with that question there.
It does feel like one, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Like that's a lead into a lot of the Hallmark Christmas movies.
Does anyone want to take us off with advice here? Leigh-A? Yeah, sure.
As long as it's consensual and you two have an understanding and you're comfortable with it, fuck everyone else. Honestly. They might not understand it. They don't have to. Again, as long as you two are square upfront about everything, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think what Leigh-A said.
Yeah. Shelly, sorry, Silvertooth in chat says, if it works for you, go for it. I tend to agree.
He said specifically both of you. Not
yes,
just you,
both. Yeah.
both
Yes. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you for the correction.
Both is very important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's, I don't know, when I first read it, I have a best friend who's actually my roommate. And everyone constantly goes around, and not constantly, but we have a few friends who are like, "Oh my god, you guys should date. You're perfect." Blah blah blah, all that sort of thing. And it's not any sort of desire that either of us have. It's just like, we're best friends. We get along like a house on fire. Everything's very easy, but that's it. That's all there is to it. And people tend to not believe that. But it doesn't bother me at all. And I know this is not like going and being like fake girlfriend and things like that, but it's tangential, I would say. But
that being said, Rob, I hate the fact that people disbelieve that there's an ability of having platonic relationships.
True.
So, and platonic can mean so many things. So, to gay men who are just friends, that's a platonic relationship. A cis male, a cis female being friends, that's a platonic relationship. Like I could go on and on about all the various combinations, but it is very possible to have that. And the fact that society completely discounts the fact that it's even within the realm of possibility is bullshit.
It is, yeah. But my point with saying that is, some people find it strange. My mother doesn't find it strange in the slightest. I don't find it strange in the slightest. My bestie doesn't find it strange in the slightest. The important thing is, like, we are happy with that arrangement, and it works for us, and it's fine. And do you know what? If people don't get it and they want to constantly, go on about like, oh, it's wrong, or someone's taking advantage of someone else, to use the words from this question, then you know what I do in that situation? I'd be like, fuck off. This is not your situation. This is my situation. Yeah. I'm happy. They're happy. We're not breaking any laws. We're not breaking any rules. Everybody's happy. So
it's
what's the problem?
It's mutual.
Exactly. So yeah.
And you're using the same words, like a slightly different situation, but the exact same thing. It's
exactly, yeah. It's a different situation, but I say, like, people are finding that situation weird. People find my situation weird sometimes, or they don't understand it. And I would give the same advice that I give myself in my situation for your situation.
Well, and actually, I do think it's pretty tangential. Like going to events, weddings, etc., as a date, yet being a platonic relationship.
Yeah.
As to living together as a platonic relationship.
Yeah, I took her to the premiere. You know, I was like, "Do you want to come with me?" And everyone was like, "Oh," you know, I was like, "No, it's my best friend. Who else would I take?" You know. So, but yeah, that's I don't often throw advice in here, but well, yeah, okay. Shelly, you could have flown over. I will ask for more tickets to season 2. There we go. How's that? So. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself there saying season 2. I don't normally throw advice in, folks. But yeah, I wanted to throw that in. Does anyone else have anything to add?
It's great advice. I think, so first of all, tell me where this person is where I can get free meals. Because as a foodie, that was the part that appealed to me most. I'm like, if they're paying, down.
I mean, I'll be someone's fake girlfriend for free food. I mean, it's got to be good food. I won't have free bad food, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But I was like, this is an arrangement I could get behind as someone who loves to eat, but cannot afford to eat as well as I love to eat all the time. But yeah, I think that's everything you guys have said. As long as it's consensual, as long as you have clear boundaries, and as long as it works for you both, like, kudos, right?
Just
sometimes
do it.
you don't want to date. Sometimes you don't want to go to a wedding alone. Have fun. Yeah. Enjoy the free meals. Please send a picture of them and post them in Rob's server. In the food channel. We want to see these free meals.
We want to see these meals.
Yeah, you can. That's a fun little tangent. So come and join the Discord server. And if you don't know what Discord is, folks, go Google and then join. And there will be multiple people in the server who can help you navigate
is it on
and
your
experience.
Website? Is your Discord link on your website?
Yes. So on the website, let me bring that back up actually, because it's actually at the top of the screen, where it is there. Okay. So let me throw that in. So here at the top of the screen, folks, can you see the? You can't see the mouse. That's annoying. But you see that little bit at the top that's going white and then blue and white and then blue. That button there says join the Discord family. That will send you a link to Discord and let you join. And then you can come join my Discord server where you can find a channel for Threefold Talk, and we throw in all our little escapades and chaos, and it's actually quite a fun channel, I have to say. But you can also find a channel. Oh no, I wanted to remove that and stop it. Sorry. You can find a channel all for food. So send us your food pictures of all this free food you're getting, because yeah, we need that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you don't know about some of Rob's other stuff that he does on this YouTube channel, like and subscribe. He does foodie stuff here occasionally, which is wonderful. And and there's a recipes channel that all of the beautiful photos that we all put in there, we also link our recipes. So you can actually go get them.
There's a lot of recipes in there by now. There must be like 50 recipes or something in there. It's mad. But yeah. As Dana said, it's also in the show description. All my links are in the show description, folks. So you can join that. But yeah, Dean, I love Dean here. I'll be someone's fake boyfriend. Just tell me I'm pretty. Bless you, Dean. Okay, folks. We have one final question, but this question is not for us. Although, if you want to add the question, add a response in, that's fine. You can do this. That's 1 second.
I like that Mel is preemptively laughing.
Chat, this is a question where we want your response. So I'm going to put this up on the screen and read it. And then because of the YouTube delay, I'm going to bring something else up so that we can... no, I won't... damn it, 1 second. That's on my phone. I need to change that. Oh, no, I know how I can get it. So I sent something in we have a group chat, obviously. I sent something earlier and I was like, oh my god, we should everyone said we should bring that up, and then I didn't actually sort it out so I could bring it up. So where is it?
It wouldn't be a Threefolds talk if there wasn't some sort of technical issue.
Oh yeah, there's always a technical issue. Wait, did I put that in there? I did, didn't I? Where is it?
I see Carrie John's comment that says, I love food, and girl, you're in the right place. We love
this is correct.
I also love food.
You really are.
Food is the best.
Why is it not there? Yeah. I can't see it in our chat. This is annoying me. Okay, folks, I'm going to put this up, and then we're just going to have some fun with this for a second. So, ladies and gents, the last question, this is the one that chat needs to answer. Wise ones, I keep picking men who are magnets for danger, i.e. Samuel and Matt, and so on. How do I make sure that I get more of these? Because they're fun, and a girl needs to satisfy her stab fix. chat, tell us how you would answer this. While I try and find this picture that I can't seem to find. Oh, I found it. That's why. Because it blends in. It blends in with Discord. That's why I can't find it.
It's an Aiel picture. It's an Aiel picture.
No, not that picture. So this is something else. But I will get that picture as well. I don't know why I don't have that picture in. Okay. So chat, what are you saying to this? What do you reckon to this one, chat? What have they got in so far? Let's have a look. So far we're on I love desserts. I love food.
Yeah, I think we're
distracted them.
Lasagna for dinner. We're still on the food chat.
Now we're getting
so
into it.
anonymous.
Beth Weston, like I said on Twitter yesterday, keep doing what you're doing. It's working so far.
That would be my advice, honestly. Yeah. Beth, you are a wise one.
I was gonna say take up some danger sports, like come rock climbing with me, maybe go skydiving, do some axe throwing. Those could attract some bad guys.
Adventurous guys, at least, not bad guys.
Yeah, adventurous at least. Maybe not bad.
I can send you all my ex-boyfriend's phone numbers.
Wow. That's like... Wow, what sort of men are you dating if they're all dangerous that you could share out to Mel?
I kind
Some
of
of
feel
them
like
might not be alive
everyone who
anymore,
enjoys this show kind of is along that spectrum as well.
I love this. What an interesting anonymous question.
Yeah, who would that come from? I have no idea.
This is
We
great.
take all questions at Ask a Wise One.
All
We do
questions.
indeed, yes.
No
We do.
judgment.
Pavara says go to the Borderlands. They're probably a good place to find dangerous men. Matt Stagger, simple go to WhatCon, JordanCon, WhatCon, and MalkierCon. No shortage of scheminess at cons. What is that? What is that?
That is
Actually, Matt, at that point, I'm actually going to disagree with you because all of the gentlemen that I have met at least JordanCon, WhatCon, and MalkierCon are new, but that being said, are all amazing, wonderful people. They're adventurous, yes. Bad, no. Sorry, Mel.
Well,
I need a
Half-Man Dan-
different con, is what you're saying.
Anonymous commenter.
Yeah. Half-Man Dan is saying, hang outside a prison and wait for a cute guy to get released. That's
So, but like if they're in prison, that means they've gotten caught. And that means that they're not that good at being bad.
Find where that Massima actor is hanging out. The guy who's playing Massima.
Oh yes.
Oh, that's a good choice. Yeah.
The one I'm angry at for making Massima so hot.
I just finished watching Vikings, and yes,
Oh yeah.
Okay. Are we having another Daniel moment here, but it's Vikings instead, is it? Or Hot Seema?
He's something.
Yeah, he's uncomfortably good looking.
Nice. Andrew, like, Mel, stop waving that knife out. It's scary. You really think that's scary? Wait till you like see some of the other knives she's got. Like, you know,
I got so many knives. I'm just trying to put it out there, guys. This is what I'm aiming for.
Okay. Right. So we have that that special picture to share, don't we, folks? So we kept a little something. Yeah, kept a little something under our hat. So we did get. I'm not going to actually put the picture up of it. This is. We got some feedback from our previous Ask a Wise One live stream, the second one we did. And that one was where we gave advice about how to get motivated for exercising during dark and cold days and things. And the person wrote to us, or wrote to me, and I shared it with the ladies to say that they had followed the advice that was given and that it had worked, and they were using it to great effect and wanted to say thank you for that advice. So, ladies, you're doing good, it seems. So, ramen rattle to all of you. Love it. Okay. I said, who was going to introduce this last picture that we had? I can't remember who I said was going to.
It was me. I was going to.
Okay. Yes. All right, Mel, tell us about this picture that we have stumbled across.
Yes. So in his Q&A, Rafe mentioned about how we were going to get some of the Threefold Land in season 2, and we used our scouting ability to kind of search the internet, and we came across a photo that I don't think has been even released by Wad Up or any of the other sneak peek people. We have a set photo of a very specific Aiel on set. And you guys just wait. It's going to blow your mind.
Threefold Talk exclusive.
Yeah. Exclusive reveal for you. Just because you're here, you are the very few people who are going to get this exclusive first look at this on-set exposure of
like
our
and
favorite.
Subscribe. This is the content we're giving you.
I love people asking why is Mel looking so stabby, stab, stab. Silvertooth's like, I don't think I've ever looked non-stabby.
Listen, friends, you have no idea what's about to come at your way.
Just
wait.
Are you ready for this picture?
Yes.
Wait.
Give it to them.
Okay. You're going to tell me this is the wrong picture now, probably, but is this the one you're talking about?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
So good.
She looks amazing.
She's so pretty.
So amazing. Oh my god!
I cannot imagine like more perfect actress to play. This is Avienda, right? We've all
obviously.
Yeah, we're all agreed on
clearly.
That.
It's obviously Avienda. I can see like her movement. She's got those long legs. She's got that look of disdain.
She's still her spear maiden form. So obviously, it's so great.
Yeah, I feel like we're really like Rafe has really captured the essence of her character in this actress, and I know it's just a still, but everything about it is just like screaming that she's personifying.
I was so proud with what they did with Tigraine, and just from this one picture, I have so much faith in them about what they're gonna do with Avienda.
What do you guys think about that Cadence Soar?
I'm a little disappointed. I thought her hair would be a little bit more red. Her hair is like a little bit more blondish than I thought, but we all have to make compromises. As long as she's a great actress, I'm totally fine with that.
Okay.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I got the right picture, because I honestly looked at this and I was like, have they sent me the right picture? Because I don't know about chat, but I don't know if I'm actually seeing what you're seeing here.
It's really obvious.
Is this my Wetlanderness coming out now?
Yeah. I mean,
Rob, what do you see?
I don't know what you're talking about, Rob.
I mean, like Silvertooth, I'm seeing kind of like a butt rock in the middle. But
No, but she's standing on the butt rock with her spear out in the very formidable pose. You don't see that?
That looks like a girl who could make a hell of an igloo. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Fudgy's like, I didn't know Caddensaw would be so skin tight. So chat's down with it, so.
Okay, so Fudgy's an Aiel. All right.
Fudgy's obviously an Aiel.
Good to know. I'd like to know your society.
Yeah. So that was
What is Beth doing? I'm sorry. I just had a moment.
What is Beth doing? Oh, dear.
Do not post that.
Don't put that up.
Yeah.
But
do.
It's only fair.
Okay, do put that
it's
up.
only fair.
Yeah.
It
is fair. That's true.
We respect all body parts equally.
We do.
Especially because this is my pet peeve. When people call Tarvalin a vagina, it's not a vagina.
It is not a vagina.
It is a vulva, people.
It is a vulva.
Learn your way to North
Correct
Harbor,
anatomy.
Yeah.
Or don't even bother.
Yeah.
It is not a hole in the ground.
It's not a tunnel.
It's not a cavern.
It's a little clitoris. And
This is what happens when I open a beer and then realize it's 9%. I am going to lecture you about genitals, people.
This is I appreciate that, Wise One, because I have been on this Tarvalon is a vulva. Let's get anatomically correct with our description words for like years.
All right,
We got North Harbor podcast conversating about it.
Official
Everybody.
stance of threefold talk.
Yes.
Tarvalon Island is a vulva, not a vagina.
Yep.
And everybody else needs to get in line. Or we'll
Everyone's saying they can
grab you, and not in the like fun sexual way.
The real thing that needs to be debated about Tarvalon and its vulvaness is the White Tower a penis penetrating the vulva, or is it the vagina itself, but we're just seeing it from the body side? Like, which one is it?
It's like a really big clit.
That's true. They can be different sizes.
I thought that was North Harbor.
It's a really big clit.
Yeah, it's a little far south to be a clit.
Fun fact.
Well,
Clitoris is actually much bigger than people expect.
Just
when you're looking at it.
He doesn't seem okay, does he?
He's all right.
I'm enjoying the comments in chat as well. I got to be honest. Like Half Man Dan, Pavara, like okay, but Vagina Island is just more fun to say.
But I think we've seen that dragon mount is the penis. But maybe there's two penises. We don't.
I mean, that would make sense because the men are always missing their mark, right?
Actually,
does there even have to be a penis?
Over there.
Way the fuck on the wrong side.
I actually have a hot take. Dragon Mountain is just a strap-on that the female Ranland is using.
Yes,
I love it.
100%.
Welcome to Threefold After Dark.
Yeah. I like that we have bookended this whole Ask a Wise One with all of our ridiculousness.
You guys are so serious.
This is what happens when you stay with us past 10:30.
Yes.
Okay, one last little piece of news I want to share, folks. So you can come and if you enjoy this show, you can get all the notifications you want. Obviously, you can follow everybody from the show on Twitter. Everybody's on Twitter. Everyone's got their link in the description, so you can go follow everybody on Twitter. If you're not already, you need to do that. But we want to say thank you because over 400 of you now have come and joined us on the official show accounts at Threefold Talk. Over 400 followers now, which is really, really exciting. So thank you so much, everyone who's come and done that. This is where Bain&Chiad will post out lists of rankings of things. This is where we post out notifications for the show, send us your questions. Where we crowdsource all the fun stuff from you guys that we need help with that we can't do solely because we need a whole bunch of people to do it, to get the information from. So thank you, folks, for doing that because we started this. What are we on? Like episode? We've done this 22 times now. This is our 22nd show. So
we've got 3 more to 25.
Yes.
Guys, is it just me or did Rob change the subject really quickly there?
Did I what?
He did change the subject
really quickly.
I'm also conscious that we're we've gone past. He
wanted the shit out of us. That was amazing. Good job, Rob.
And I was like, actually, kind of like bring the show to its bring the show to its climax. Yes.
You want to peak, right? You want to peak.
Apparently I did it too quickly though.
You got to build up, Rob. You can't just jump in and expect things to end. You have to build up.
Yeah.
Work around the edges a little, then go to your point.
You need to give us a little foreplay before you just suddenly switch gears.
All right. Well, how about this? Let's do this because I think this is the appropriate way to do that.
Yes.
Here we go, folks.
Oh, that's gonna make it worse.
Oh, I need to turn it back up. It's there we go. Sorry,
이거 있어요?
I might be doing that.
노래도 같이 해주세요.
I will wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't belong.
아, 정말 오늘 최고예요.
There we go, folks.
That's a 5, by the way. That's a 5.
That's a 5. That gets a 5 stabs. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's a 5. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Just a 5. Penetration on that. There we go.
Oh, there will be penetration afterwards. Yes.
All right, folks. Thank you so much for joining us this week. We hope you've enjoyed our news, our meluendos, and us answering all your questions with all the advice we can share. Sorry?
About death.
About death. They were not all about death. Oh,
Send us more questions. We want your Wise One questions.
Yes, you can send them at any time to us. You can send them to the Threefold Twitter account. You can email malkiertalks@gmail.com. You can DM, if you're on the Discords, you can DM one of us. We would quite happily take that and keep your anonymous, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, we love having questions because we love to be able to give advice and share it out. And come and join us next week, folks, because we're going to do I'm sure we'll add other things to it. Depends what wheel time gives us over the next week, but we're going to do a little bit. Next week's Valentine's Day, so we're going to do a little bit of Valentine's stuff.
Shelly, Wise One, you said you researched this holiday. Can you send the rest of us that information so we can understand next week? And
I got you, girl.
Okay. I think we'd all appreciate that.
Yeah, we're gonna dive into a bit of the Valentine's Day nonsense and some bridal wreaths and stuff like that. And if you don't want to wait until next week, you can come and join me this weekend, Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern, where I'll be spinning the Wheel of Love with Master of Deck and Bree, and that will definitely be getting out of hand. I have no doubts about that whatsoever, and we will need a lot of help from chat to help us pick ship names and all sorts of stuff. But yeah. Thank you, ladies, for joining me. This has been a lot of fun. I love the discussions, the advice, the reaction to Daniel Henney. I'm going to cut that out when we played that segment, the Daniel Henney bit, and as its own little threefold reacts video, and we'll share that out to you folks so you can enjoy that. Because
I'm just going to go roll in the snow outside after this. I don't know about
all of your
guys.
faces were amazing. I loved it. So, and thank you, Foldies, for joining us live in chat. Thank you if you're watching back later. Please throw a comment in there about your favorite piece of advice, add your own advice, anything like that, because we love to get chat involved and have fun. So, and until next time, everybody, may you always
like and subscribe.
Yes, otherwise the roof mistress will come and make you guys shine and or something worse. But yeah, until next time, folks, may you always find water and shade. Bye.
Bye.